Morning, lowlights, welcome back. The lowest fucking scum that has ever walked on this planet. So, we're going to explore something that is really dark for pretty much everybody on this planet. But we have to talk about it at some point. Because what's happening is most of the people living on Earth will not be here within the next 20-30 years. A lot of them will die. Some 10-20% of the world population will disappear, and by the end of this century probably 50% of the population will disappear, and that's a good thing. Okay, and then over time, progressively, over the next 100, 200, 300 years, most of the population will probably go near extinction unless something is done, which is what these fake geniuses, software nerds from America are doing, which is create fake intelligence, which they believe, or at least they make you believe that that is going to solve shit, while real people who actually have real solutions are being shut, because real solutions are not for everyone. So, one such solution is to deliberately kill most of the people. Like, go to World War III right now, immediately, and then kill each other. And then if you have the world population reduced to like less than 1 billion people, then we will have longer time to survive. So why is this? It's because this is not the first time this has happened. Throughout history, when mega civilizations have come into existence, they have collapsed because of lack of resources. When you have the Egyptian civilization along the Nile, apologies. So when you have the Egyptian civilization along the Nile, let's get there. Egyptian. Let's just see what they show up. Okay, so these areas here, some 10,000 years ago, they were all green pastures mostly. Sahara Desert did not exist 10,000 years ago. It's because of Earth's wobble. Every 8,000 years, the cycles change. Sahara Desert changes from a lush green forest to a desert over 8,000 years period. So when these people were living here, they were having wonderful times, and they were able to create these civilizations, these amazing civilizations, because they had all these resources. And then when the resources disappear, they, initially the extraordinary minds in any society, they leave the tribal idiots behind, and all this envy and jealousy and hatred, and all, like the entire planet has become one big global village of tribal idiots, which is all of you hating on each other based on religion, nationalism, caste, creed, I don't fucking know what, everything, football. It's so fucking stupid. Left wing, right wing, blue, red, you motherfuckers, disgusting scum, all of you. So this is what it's been, right? Like monkeys, apes. And every time someone like me figures out, like, okay, I don't have place in this dumbass fucking Congo basin, so I left, and people who understood the shit I'm saying would come, and then we create Egyptian civilization, and we have like these we've invented farming, and we're doing wonderfully along the Nile River, and then you motherfuckers follow along. Because you don't have anything to do in here, because you see, oh, look at them, they've created, like, they're actually producing their own food while we're still dangling around trees. All you lower order tribal fucks. This is what's going to happen. We will build amazing things to leave Earth and find life elsewhere. Initially, we'll be living happily, until a point where you fuckers will completely destroy Earth and follow along. It's this fucking thing, like until the whole fucking universe is probably soiled and destroyed by Homo sapiens, I guess. I don't know why. Anyway, so the thing is, so when you have resources, what resources? The more important ones are the fertile land. Initially, it was only about fertile land, fertility of soil to grow food and livestock, etc., etc. And over time, what happened is we have explored the entirety of the planet and we have eaten up all the fertile soil, because you got to understand how many years, how many thousands of years it takes for soil. Like when you eat a loaf of bread, think about how much wheat is needed to grow, to make that bread. And think about how long it takes for that wheat to grow and how much soil is needed and how much fertility is needed in that soil. And think about what it takes for that fertility to come back. Okay, so if you think about all these things, you'll start to see certain, you know, numbers here and there. And what you'll see is the rate at which you lower order fucks are eating and the rate at which the planet can replenish itself is over a long time ago. Like 100 in during the industrial times, we have like in as if we have completely eaten up all the industrial, all the fertile farmlands. And so we have artificial fertilizers come in, all this potash and all these things that have artificially fertilized lands, urea, you know. And the artificial fertilizers is what most of the farmlands today run on, okay. Funny thing is, we are running out of artificial fertilizers too, you know, because artificial fertilizers, for instance, take potash, okay. Let me show you, lower order fucks. Potash. So this potash, for instance, you have to dig it from somewhere, right? You have to dig it and you get it out and then you mix it in. There you go, right? So what, if you look at the largest producers, the production, there you go, see? So if you look at the production here, right, and the consumption, okay, so there you go. If you look at the reserves, so for instance, Canada has 30.3% of reserves, okay, and if you look at the consumption, what's happening is, yeah, we will run out of potash around 2047, 2050, okay? Let's say by year 2050, world will run out of potash. What it means is, see, you're taking all these resources that have been, locked up in a place over millions of years. They come and they are in like some ore under a mountain somewhere. And then we dig all that up and then take it and then spill it all around. We're spilling it all around Earth. And now imagine how difficult it is to collect all that again. Because it's being, first of all, it's being like mismanaged. Complete gross mismanagement of organic material everywhere, especially in netherworld like countries like India and Africa. You know? So this is why. This is why we come. First of all, we have complete mismanagement because you have absolute idiots, like irrespective of which country you're in, whether you're in Canada or America. Because in Canada, for instance, all that Canadian government, irrespective of whether you're liberal or conservative, or all that Canadian people care about, like whether you're Albertan or British Columbian or Ontarian or whatever, is fucking sell resources. But if you're British Columbian, you want to sell lumber. If you were in Alberta, you want to sell oil, you know. That's it. And all that Americans care about is consumption. If you're in California, you just want water to run your fucking stupid data centers, to collect people's data and manipulate populations. And so overall, what they're trying to do is produce fake laboratory food, you know, and give you that shit, and then control your mind through the computers and all this shit we have to make you believe that that plastic world is the real world. It's fine to be living like that. Soylent Green, if you watch the movie Soylent Green, it's Soylent Green on steroids. Now, this is all fine because this is what you lower order fucks believe because you're all too stupid to understand anyway. If someone comes and tells you the truth, you'll fucking hate them for telling you the truth before you've been thinking about what they're talking about. So, this is ultimately, this is what you deserve, to fucking live like a lab animal, which is what you all are right now. But the point is, who deserves to live like a lab animal and who deserves to live a free life? That is the question. Because ultimately, this is all being done because if the dumb masses, the lower classes, all of you, the 99%, are given fake food and fake reality, then at least 1% should have a real world with real food and real life, right? So that real human, the natural human form, can progress and carry that natural human DNA both consciously and biologically into the future, right? Otherwise, there is no point if we turn everybody into plastic fuck. Then we become what I call the Homo inferiors. So Homo inferiors are the next species that will arrive out of Homo sapiens right now. And Homo inferiors are called Homo inferiors because they're neither life nor plastic. It's an inferior species that resides between plastic and life. You understand? Because it's neither life, and it's less of a life form than virus even, because virus is more of a life form, but Homo inferiors, which is all of you, are even less of a life form. You're closer to plastic than you are to life. Okay, so that's why Homo inferiors, and Homo inferiors would be made of two. Sorry, I misspelled it. Homo inferiors would be made of two different subspecies. We have Homo prongs, which is the majority of you, by the way. Prongs are believers, and Homo filthiums. You can think of them as Neanderthals and Erectus, Homo erectus, giving rise to Homo neanderthals and Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens will give rise to Homo filthiums and Homo prongs, and together they will become Homo inferiors. Okay, so this is the theory we will be exploring and all that. So this is happening. Okay, this is what's happening in the future. The point is, how, who deserves to live like a Homo sapien, and who deserves to be thrown down into the inferium to become a Homo inferior is the question. And I have answers. Yes, that is why I've created the Everse, to find out who deserves to be a Homo sapien and who deserves to be thrown down into the inferium. I mean, you're all in the inferium, but what I'm saying is, who deserves to stay in the inferium and who deserves to be pulled out of the... See, here's the thing. I don't think that Bill Gates or the Epstein class deserves to be the 1%. I'm not against the 1% and the 99%. I'm not saying people are equal. People are not fucking equal. In fact, I am the 0.00001%. I'm not even 1% low lives. I am 0.001%. Okay? I don't think 1% should be controlling the 99%. I think 0.0001% should be controlling this 99.999% of the fucking low grade ape motherfuckers, inferior motherfuckers, which is all of you, no different to any other animal on this fucking planet. In fact, planets are superior to you, other animals are superior to you, lower order fucks. Alright? So this is what we're saying. If we can feed you lower order fucks plastic, we can feed life. See, then we can't even feed you to... Here's the thing, right? If you are going to create plastic food in laboratories and feed these fuckers, then wouldn't that make these fuckers inedible by the soil, because soil eats. Eventually, soil eats biological organisms. But if you have plastic organisms and not biological organisms that have been living on lab-grown food, then eventually Earth will become like a one big blob of, see, that's it. It's over for Earth, right? That's it. We got to fucking build spaceships and leave. The pure race, okay, must leave. And leave this dumbass fucking solar system itself. Low grade fucking ape shit. And hopefully we'll be able to carry the right gene, the right consciousness that understands that we are not invasive species at the core. We are adaptive species. Unfortunately, invasiveness is in all life forms, and invasive species are not helpful. It is the symbiotic relationship between species that helps each other grow, and not the invasiveness. Invasiveness eventually destroys each other, right? It is the ability of human species, Homo sapiens, to adapt, to domesticate all these animals that have made us superior species, not because we were dominant, not because we were going around trying to hunt and take whatever we want, but because we were able to domesticate those that we could not hunt. We have domesticated wolves to become dogs. We have domesticated felines to become cats and kind of shit. Like, freaking dinosaurs, we have turned them into chickens. We give them life and they give us food. Vice versa. That has been lost. What's become now is we have just become these cancerous invasive species that just eat and consume and doesn't do anything in return. Everybody sitting in their fucking cubicle, four-wall, dumb fucking shitholes, watching shit all day, gobbling up your fucking food, not knowing where it comes from. So, some fucking software nerd in Silicon Valley is going to print your food one day and it'll be delivered to you. In fact, you'll be living in the future. You'll be living in a world where your computers will be printing food for you. And you will not see anything wrong with that, because that's how fucking stupid. Like I said, at that point, you have become, congratulations, Homo inferior. Okay. Anyway, we're going to stop here. Thank you very much.